What's going on, New York Giants fans? We have a vacant offensive coordinator position, and in this video, I'm going to show you the 9 guys that have already interviewed for the position that is open for the New York Giants right now. I'm going to give you guys my favorites. I'm going to give you guys the ones I kind of don't want to get, possibly others that are going to be interviewing for the position. But first, guys, before we do all that, New York Giants content is going to go back to what it used to be. I'm jumping on board with it. The New York Football Giants are going to be good again. Going to be great again. 2026, John Harbaugh is going to lead this team to a playoff spot. I'm getting ahead of myself, but I don't care. One thing I want you guys to do while I get ahead of myself, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share these videos because New York Giants content in 2026, it's already right now, but moving forward is going to be hot and heavy with news, rumors, draft talk, mock drafts, trades, free agency. I will have it all for you guys, breaking it down as best as I possibly can. Coordinator positions, coaching positions, it's all going to be coming out. I appreciate you guys if you click this video. Now, before we get into anything and before I show you guys this list of who are the 9 guys that interviewed for the position already, Giants fans are in a little bit of a panic right now, okay? Giants fans seem to think that, and it's going to take a while for it to get over. I completely understand why Giants fans have this feeling. It's going to take a while to get over what these previous regimes have done to the Giants fan. The Giants fan is used to sustained winning, competing for championships. They're one of the only teams, if not the only team, to win a Super Bowl in every decade over the last 4 decades. In the 80s, in the 90s, 2000s, 2010s. The New York Giants have won a Super Bowl in every one of those decades. So we're not used to this sort of losing that's been going on. That could scar people. It'll scar a fan. So when the littlest things happen, like John Harbaugh doesn't retain Carmen Bricillo, everybody starts flipping out. Everybody says, what the is going on? What is Harbaugh doing? The Giants were a successful offensive line. Keep in mind, the bar was set extremely low with the Giant offensive line over the last decade. Now, Carmen Bricillo did a hell of a job. Did I want to have him back? Yes, I did. Am I also going to trust John Harbaugh to bring in a guy that he believes could get this offensive line to be at an elite level? I 100% will do that until proven otherwise. Going back to the defensive coordinator, I want to get into this quickly. I apologize if I'm going through this. But I need Giants fans to stick with me and understand kind of where we're all coming from, why I understand why Giants fans are a little bit upset at losing Bricillo. They're a little bit upset at the Denard Wilson hire. Guys, man, trust John Harbaugh. He was brought here to rid the previous stank that's been here over the last decade. And he's going to do that. You guys saw it right away, man. You saw it right away when we were going through the process, and I told you guys, stay patient. Harbaugh's coming. We got him. The press conference was outstanding. Hit a complete home run for that. You saw that he could handle the New York media. That's not going to be a problem with this head coach. You saw that. That's a huge thing to do in New York. Not afraid of the spotlight. Guy's been a perennial contender for 18 seasons. With one franchise. Teams just don't do that stuff anymore. All right? Trust in Harbaugh to build this thing the correct way, guys. I promise you. I promise you. Bringing in Denard Wilson scarred a lot of people because of the Tennessee Titans connection. Got nothing to do with Shane Bowen, guys. I promise you. It's got nothing to do with Shane Bowen. They might run similar styles of defense, but I promise Denard Wilson's style is a lot more aggressive. It's a lot more dependent on the defensive backs. He expects a lot out of his defensive backs, and he's never had pass rushers that he's had with the New York Giants right now in his entire career. Going to benefit him. Now that we're all back together on the same page, guys, I promise you. Offensive coordinator position. Here we go. Shout out to License Plate Guy, one of the biggest Giants fans that we all know. I'm going to show you the updated screen here for License Plate Guy that has the offensive coordinators that have been interviewed already. That is Alex Tanney, former New York Giant quarterback. Jim Bob Cooter, great name with the Colts. Davis Webb, former New York Giant quarterback. Wow, a lot of connections here. Shane Day, Charlie Weiss Jr., Cliff Kingsbury, and Brian Callahan. These two being Callahan and Kingsbury being the most recent interviews by the New York Football Giants. Now, we get into who actually is going to be a candidate for this position, a realistic candidate, okay? The Giants still have to fulfill the Rooney Rule, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't think any of these guys fulfill the rule, so they're going to still have to interview 2 minority candidates for the vacant position. I know people are going to be scarred by the people are already scarred right now by Brian Callahan, former head coach of the Tennessee Titans. People are already scarred that he was a part of the Titans organization. So God forbid, God forbid the Giants bring him in as the offensive coordinator. You're going to see a mutiny amongst Giants fans that are going to be screaming, what are we, the Tennessee Titans? What is John Harbaugh doing? I'm already losing faith in him. I can't believe we did this. We should have waited for Mike Tomlin. Why didn't we get Sean McDermott? We should have traded for Matt LaFleur. You're going to see everything that you think you could possibly see from the panicked New York Giant fan, okay? Bill Callahan's not my first choice. Let me get that right out of the way. I love Charlie Weiss Jr. I love Davis Webb. I really love Cliff Kingsbury and what he could do for Jackson Dart and his development. He's developed Kyler Murray in his early career, and he had a great rookie season with Jaden Daniels in his rookie season. And I really believe he could do wonders for a guy like Jackson Dart. Now, I love Kingsbury as a coordinator, obviously, not the head coach. This is why I prefer him to come to the New York Giants as the OC, which would be a lateral move from Washington to the New York Giants. And I'm all for it. It's all about developing Jackson Dart at the end of the day. It's all about developing Jackson Dart. John Harbaugh has enough rope that he'll give Cliff Kingsbury. Because I know there's things that sometimes he abandons the run a little too much. Sometimes he gets pass heavy. But with Dart, man, you got the legs and the arm. So much could get done with a guy like Jackson Dart. And I know a guy like Harbaugh, if he wants him to run the football, he'll tell him, hey, Cliff, let's start pounding the rock a little bit. Let's run the ball a little more. When we open up the second half, let's start with a couple runs here. That's the type of CEO head coach that we have now that will oversee the entire team. It's not just a guy that came from an offensive side of the ball and he's going to focus on the offense 65% of the time, look at the defense 25% of the time, and then the other percentage just kind of mix around on special teams, checking this out, checking that out. No, it's not that anymore. You now have a head coach in Harbaugh that is going to oversee the entire squad. From player number 1 through player number 53, onto the practice squad, onto everything else that has to do with this franchise now. So that's why the confidence level that I have of John Harbaugh bringing in somebody, whether it's Davis Webb, whether it's Charlie Weiss Jr., whether it is going to be Cliff Kingsbury, whether it's Callahan, a lot of those names are going to go, the Giant fans not really going to understand, but you have to give Harbaugh the benefit of the doubt. You have to. You have to. Until proven otherwise, you have to give John Harbaugh the benefit of the doubt. Because what you've watched for 12 seasons now was horrific player management, time management, coaching malpractice. You've seen it for 12 years. You got a guy who has a great track record of being a CEO-level head coach. You give him the benefit of the doubt. You might disagree with some of the moves that he makes now, but let that play out before you jump down his throat and call him a bad decision maker, like I've seen some of you guys doing already. Okay? I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. I'll choose to do that. I'd rather do that than jump down his throat in the middle of January and the first week of February for a defensive coordinator position like Denard Wilson, which I'm a huge fan of. Despite Harbaugh hiring him, I was a Wilson fan 2 years ago. I wish the Giants would have got him 2 years ago, but they didn't because of circumstances that we've spoken about on this channel before. If you haven't, go check my Denard Wilson video. I break down his entire career and why I was hot for Denard Wilson. Not like that. I was hot for Denard Wilson 3 years ago. So the fact that the Giants got him now, I'm over the moon for it. Offensive coordinator wise, I'd prefer a guy like Kingsbury. Again, I'll go over it. I want Kingsbury. I want Charlie Weiss. I would like Davis Webb to get a realistic shot at this thing. But I will, again, benefit of the doubt until John Harbaugh shows bad decisions for the New York Giants specifically. I will give him the benefit of the doubt. And I'm just advising guys and girls, do not get pissed off at things that he does now, because the track record speaks for itself. All right, guys, if you've got this far in the video, who do you want the New York Giants to hire as their offensive coordinator? Drop it down below. Again, guys, share, like, subscribe. We're going to have so many Giants videos coming out over the next few weeks. We got the draft. I'm going to have mock drafts on the channel. Going to be doing tons of rumors, free agency. It's all coming hot and heavy. Check out the Pudgy Boys Sports Talk page on Instagram, TikTok, and X. And if you guys got this far, God bless you, because it's not easy to do when a guy like me is talking like this. So catch you guys on the next video.